hospital, and I'm a quadriplegic.
Long before he was discharged from the hospital, though, Chuck Close was painting again, with a technique that has served him ever since.
My wife would keep saying to the occupational therapist to find some way to help him get back to work, and they were encouraging. They built me a wheelchair-accessible easel and adapted the tools which I needed, the orthotic devices which hold the brush. I had to find out how to pull the brush in and out of it with my teeth and other ways of working, but they helped me initially.
Chuck Close has always worked from photographs instead of the model, and he has always painted his family and friends.
I have a lot of trouble memorizing things, and one of the things that I have trouble with is all faces look vaguely familiar to me. So I think that it's not a total accident that I gravitated towards portrait heads and portraits of people who matter a lot to me. I think I have scrutinized the faces of loved ones in order to really know them, in order to really understand what makes their face different from other people's faces.
The first portrait he completed in the hospital was of the painter Alex Katz.
The photograph was taken before I went in the hospital, and it's really interesting to me how sad the painting looks, because I didn't pick a sad photograph, but the painting itself reflects the profound loss and the sense of sadness that I was feeling at the time. There's also something rather celebratory about it. So it embodies both loss and sadness, and also some kind of celebration in that there was pleasure and joy in just being able to work again.
To Close, there never was any choice except to begin painting again.
Aside from being a husband and father, an artist is largely how I see myself, and so it was incredibly important for me to get back to work because that's who I am.
You want to take me up, John?
Art is one of the things that is the most like it used to be, the most normal experience, because I have a lot of control over this environment. I can set it up just the way I want. I can have my assistants around. I can ask for help when I need it. When I'm in the studio, it's actually pretty normal. When I go out into the outside world, where doors aren't wide, and I can't even get out of the elevator of my own studio. It's too narrow. I can't get up steps. I can't get into places. Or I sit and watch other people do things that I used to do.
There is a dazzle, a joy of life to the new paintings. They take up where he'd left off before the incident, and then some, insisting on the abstraction of the shapes he lays down stroke by stroke. The new paintings fracture, fragment, disintegrate, and reassemble the faces into shifting screens of color, as he was fractured, fragmented, and reassembled himself. Museums around the country have been quick to buy.
Can we see what it looks like if they move it a little left?
His comeback show at the Pace Gallery in New York is already sold out. This is something more than an inspirational tale of heroism, however. Chuck Close doesn't see himself that way. He thinks we respond to crises of this proportion with the same resources we bring to everything else in our lives.
All my life, I've had to find my own sort of circuitous route. I wasn't very coordinated. I wasn't athletic. I had some learning disabilities, etc. So I always found my own way to say, I am here, I am somebody, I'm smart. And I think that the work has always depended on a certain kind of ability on my part to work within severe self-imposed limitations and to problem solve within them. I think some of it has to do with your nature. I don't feel stronger or more heroic than other people who don't get back to work. I don't see it so much that way as simply trying to get back to something that mattered a lot to me that I got pleasure from.
Again And the main stories of this Monday, Secretary of State Baker warned that North Korea's nuclear weapons potential was the #1 security threat in Northeast Asia. And President Bush led the nation's Veteran Day observances with a special tribute to veterans of the Gulf War. Good night, Jim.
Good night, Robin. We'll see you tomorrow night. I'm Jim Lehrer. Thank you and good night.
Funding for the NewsHour has been provided by AT&T. AT&T has supported the MacNeil-Lehrer NewsHour since 1983 because quality information and quality communication is our idea of a good connection. AT&T, the right choice. And by PepsiCo. And by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. And by the financial support of viewers like you.
Lessons, the 5 to 7 shift, is the subject of childhood. Next.
Video cassettes of the MacNeil-Lehrer NewsHour are available from PBS Video. Call 1-800-328-PBS-1. This is PBS.
Funding for local broadcast of the MacNeil-Lehrer NewsHour has been provided by Davis Wright Tremaine, a law firm serving businesses and individuals from offices in Oregon, Washington, California, Idaho, Alaska, and Washington, D.C.
Next time on Nova, man's quest for speed has led him to towering triumph.